So let's have a look at the stars for today, shall we? So on Monday, the 26th of June, then, the first thing that I really want to point out is we've got the sun square the moon. Now, this happens really regularly. This isn't something that is an unusual aspect, but it is a time when we're often feeling a little bit out of sorts. We feel that our identity is slightly threatened by our emotions. So you might want to look out for that on Monday, that you might feel a bit triggered to defend who you are. Like if you're in any kind of defense, it's usually because you've got emotional about your identity. So that's the first thing to watch out for. Also on Monday, the 26th of June, we've got Mars square Uranus. Now this is when it goes exact. All of these aspects that I'm mentioning actually in this week ahead, it's at the moment that they go into their exact formation. In truth, they're already coming in and then they'll be leaving thereafter. So you will already be feeling some of these coming up. Those of you that are very psychic and empathic will be feeling it in the post a little bit early, like it's going to arrive. You can feel it. And after the event, you feel the tail end of it. So Mars square Uranus is kind of interesting. First of all, Mars is all about action, taking action. It's about your vitality. It's about how strong you are, how motivated you are, how assertive you are. And Uranus is about change. And like the square is always showing where there's a bit of a struggle, where things aren't quite balanced, they're not in flow. And so as I see it is, as you're pushing forwards with your goals and as you're being really motivated with your goals, there is also this feeling that there's this like jagged change going on. Like there's this sort of raggedy feeling with it. It's not an easy transition for you to move forwards with your aims. It feels like whatever's going on, there are maybe jippy people around you. It just feels like things are getting a bit eggy. So it's interesting. You might want to watch that as you're pushing forwards, you're bringing up a counter energy of spontaneity and deep change. Now, if you're ready for deep change, that's all good, but you might not realize that when you're motivated, it could create some really quite seismic changes and ruptures in the fabric of your life. So just be aware that when you're pushing forwards in a sort of determined, assertive, possibly aggressive way, when you feel really pumped up, it could be about, you could be about to make a really big change that will be very difficult to come back from. Now, in truth, this is coming up for Venus as well. You can see Venus is at 17 degrees and Mars is at 21. Later on this week, in fact, on Sunday the 2nd, Venus will be going into her square. But we're really feeling both of these at the same time. It's just on Monday, it's really acute with the Mars energy and the pushing energy. I do also like this. Now, these aren't actually going into aspect. They've already had their conjunction. I think they have anyway. I'm pretty sure they have. But what we have with Venus and Mars together is this lovely boy meets girl, the kind of emotions and feelings and sexual energy. So things get very steamy with these two together and very dramatic with them. So it wouldn't surprise me if at the moment there are actually some emotional kind of relationship based arguments and ruptures, like being determined in a Mars way can also be being argumentative and picking a fight sometimes. So it could be, like where you're enjoying this boy meets girl or whoever it is that you're with in your relationship, because it's a very sort of sexual and sensual aspect. It is creating change, big change in your life. So take care. See you soon. Bye for now.